This episode is brought to you by our friends at Hover, the easiest way to buy domain names and do more with them. Get 10% off today by visiting hover.com/butterscotch.
Moore-Crispin here at Digital Experience leading up to CES 2011. I bumped into Keith Nowak with HTC. Last time we chatted was at CTIA when you were showing off the HTC
EVO 4G.
EVO 4G.
Yep.
Cool looking phone, first 4G phone in North America.
Yep.
And now 4G really coming into its own with HTC. What do you have in your hand here? You have 3 new phones that are being announced here around CES.
We are.
So what's the first one we have
This
here?
is the first one. So you saw the EVO back to CTIA.
Yep.
This is the next, we say, member of the EVO family.
Okay.
It's the HTC EVO Shift 4G.
Okay.
So again, it's a 4G WiMAX device. What you'll see is a little bit different is that this is a smaller screen,
Right.
a little more compact. It's also a little more affordable, about
Okay.
$50 less.
Okay.
So it's really about building a portfolio of 4G devices.
Right.
What's really cool on this device is that you've got the great touchscreen format, but you've also got the keyboard.
Oh, slide out QWERTY.
So it does have slide-out QWERTY. So now we have this compact QWERTY slider 4G device, as well as the big 4.3-inch screen, touchscreen device.
So now this is in the smartphone category, in the feature phone category, where does it fall?
Very much the smartphone category.
In the smartphone
Yeah, these are Android device.
Android 2.2?
2.2
Very nice.
with the HTC Sense experience.
Okay.
So it's really, if you've used an EVO, this experience is very similar. But again, it's a little bit more of a streamlined feature set. So really good for people getting into smartphones,
Right.
and again, a little less money.
Okay. Now, so what is the price point on this guy?
Price point of this is $149.99 at Sprint. So it's $50 less than the EVO, which is $199.99.
And when is this actually coming out?
Actually, real soon. So it'll be on shelves on January 9th.
January 9th.
So right
Look
around
forward
the
to that.
corner.
Just a few days from now.
Just a few days from
So
now.
now I think you pocketed the other phones before I could. What else do you have on you then?
All right, so what else we've got here are 2 devices we announced actually today at CES. So kind of two different ends of the spectrum in many ways. Right now we're still working on these, so these are not working models,
Okay.
but at least you're the hardware.
So if I'm going to steal something, not these.
I wouldn't steal these.
Okay.
They'd be great
Thanks for the advice.
paperweights, but would not be the ones to steal. This is the HTC Inspire 4G.
Inspire 4G.
As you see, big 4.3-inch
Yeah, no kidding.
screen. Really cool unibody chassis. So what you'll notice is all one piece of metal.
Right.
So real strong, real sexy, feels good in the hand. 8 megapixel camera, dual flash. This is a 4G device as well. It's HSP plus, so very fast speeds on the AT&T network. It's also the first device in actually in the US. In Canada, we have the HTC Desire Z that uses what's called HTCSense.com, which is a connected experience. It allows you to find your phone on a map, ring it, things like that. This is the first phone in the US to have that technology.
Very cool.
So that's really cool.
Do we know a release date and price point on
We
this guy?
don't yet, but this is obviously a higher-end smartphone.
Well, when we bump into you at CTIA, we'll be sure to get all those details. Now, what's this one here?
Now, this is kind of the other end of the spectrum. This is called the HTC Freestyle. As you can see, much smaller. It's a very simple entry device in the smartphone world. It's based on the Brew mobile platform. So it's a simpler OS. It needs a little less processing power. Very easy to step into. Really strips down the feature set, but still that same basic HTC Sense experience. But again, what's really cool, even though it's a little more, much more of an entry-level type device, same metal unibody chassis as the Inspire has, touchscreen display, all that's there. But again, more compact and a little simpler for people just getting into this kind of device.
Classic, I mean, HTC is very well known for its like really superior build quality.
Yeah,
good to see you carrying that on even in your...
These are really strong, really feel good in the hand.
Absolutely. Well, we'll look forward to bumping into you at CTIA. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more detail on these guys. Keith, where are we going for more information on HTC and all the great products you guys make?
So if you just go to htc.com, you'll find all of our devices no matter where you are.
Great, and for links and prices, everything we discussed here, hit up the show notes on butterscotch.com. Keith, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
This episode is brought to you by our friends at Hover, the easiest way to buy domain names and do more with them. Get 10% off today by visiting hover.com/butterscotch.